Good afternoon, agents. I hope you're having a good day. Today, I want to talk about buyers making multiple offers. Okay? As you probably know, you never want to take a buyer out unless you know if they're paying cash or getting a loan. Okay? If they're paying cash, you need to be receiving from the buyer a funds to close document. It can be a bank statement, it could be a letter from the bank. I've gotten both. It doesn't matter as long as it says that they have the amount that they want to spend available. Okay? If it's a letter from a lender, then you need the letter from the lender, and on that letter, you need to make sure that and verify that it indicates the type of loan, the down payment, the interest rate not to exceed, and if they need seller's contributions, so that you know prior to going into this relationship and even signing a rep agreement, you know what you're dealing with. Okay? When you start showing a property, I always print up the MLS sheet for me and then one for the client. I always put it in a folder. You always want to look professional. Our folders for RCR are free to you. Please use them. Okay? And if you ever need to get in after hours, let me know, and I'll turn the alarm off and let you in to get whatever you need. But I would definitely make sure that when you're showing the property, you've got your sheet and take notes on what they didn't like about the property. You'll be showing that property several times if you don't. Okay, it's nice when they say, I'd like to see this house, and you go, you've already seen it, and you didn't like the kitchen because of the island wasn't large enough or something. Okay. You always want to stand outside the room and not inside the room with them. It gives them more space, especially the master bathroom. You don't want everybody going in there and looking at it and they think it's too small. Okay? So showing a house properly is really important, and one day we'll go over that. Okay? The next thing is, if they don't like it, take negative notes on your sheet. If they do like it, but they're not ready to make an offer, just make a big check mark on the page, and you'll know that that's one of the houses that they did like. And when they're ready to, when you wear them down to the point of, I'm tired of looking, which ones did we like, let's go see them, you'll know which ones they liked. Okay? But if they're in the house and they say, I really like this, I want to make an offer on this home, the first thing you do is you contact the listing agent by text or by phone and ask if they have any existing offers. You do not want to make an offer unless you know they don't have any. If they do, at least you want to be aware so that you can tell your buyer to make the best offer you can. Okay? The next thing you want to do is make sure that the seller's disclosures are received and the survey is received for the buyers to sign. You want the buyers to know what's wrong with the property. Okay? For example, you don't want there to be an AC problem and you find out after you've made the offer and it's been accepted and now you're in your option period, the seller does not want to fix it because you got the price down so low he's not willing to fix it. So try to get the seller's disclosure prior to going to the home and putting it in the folder with each house. I also advise you to put the solds in there. So if the buyer says, I do want to make an offer, is this a good list price? You can say, look on your sheet and you'll see the solds, and yes, it is priced right. So that will help you, okay? But making multiple offers are very easy because now we have an option period. So in that option period is the right to walk. So what I suggest you do is do more time on the option instead of 5 days, okay? Try to do 10. Because remember, let's say you have 4 homes that he likes or the buyer likes, and you make 4 offers. You've got 10 days on each one, and you have $100 on each one. So he might lose $300, but he might get the house he really wants and the price he really wants, okay? And if none of them are accepted, he doesn't lose anything. He only loses when the seller accepts, and then he only would lose the option, not the earnest money, okay? But remember, he does have 3 days to turn in the option and earnest money. And if the last day is a holiday, he has an extra day. But always think about this. The option period starts on the effective date. No kidding, no telling if there's a holiday or not. It's a calendar days. Okay, so if he gets an effective date on Friday and it's a holiday on Monday, it doesn't matter. Okay, the option period is still going. Okay, so make your multiple offers with buyers if you have to. Okay, when it comes to sellers now, that's different. Sellers can do multiple offers also. They can receive multiple offers. Okay, when you're taking your listing, ask the seller how he wants you to handle the multiple offers. Okay, because number one rule with Trek is that you have permission on how seller wants you to handle the multiple offers. Does he want you to notify everyone, or does he want you to not tell anyone anything? If he wants you to not tell, then if somebody asks, you just tell him, I can't answer that question. If he says, yes, I want you to tell, you don't have to tell until you get an offer in. The second offer is when you have an existing more than one offer. Then if you tell that second buyer that you have multiple, you must tell the first buyer. If you get a third one in, then you must tell the third one that you do have a second and a one. Okay? Never on a seller's offers do you counter. You always use this form. It's called Seller's Invitation to Buyer to Submit a New Offer. And it's a TAR form 1953. Let me verify that. It is TAR form 1926. Woo, wrong number, but 1926 is the offer form, okay? And this is what it looks like, okay? And then you always want to do, if you can, a seller's net sheet. And that's also in zip forms, okay? And it's a TXR form 1935. Always do that. Also, always make sure that you have the seller's disclosures back signed by the buyer, okay? You don't want to be in a position when the seller does not know if the buyer accepted his disclosures, okay? So that's real important. But beyond that, don't ever text a counter from a seller. Always use that form, because on that form, rejection form, it states that this is not a counter, the property is on the market, and we can take other offers. When you counter back as a seller's agent on a offer, you have a counter and you must stick with that negotiating. So if a buyer comes in, you have to eliminate that one first before you can take the second one, which means you'd have to contact that first buyer and say, if you haven't signed this by such and such time, we're taking another offer. And in that time period, another offer could walk away. So it's best, and I really have to really get serious about this, that you use that form, okay? Because it will, and the seller does not have to sign it. It's just you using that form, letting them know that this is not a counter and that we will take other offers, and it's going to stay on the market, okay? I hope you've enjoyed this class. Next week, I plan on, since it's summer, and I know all of y'all are busy with your vacations and everything, that I'm going to do a negotiating class. I'm going to show you, I'm a certified negotiator, as most of y'all know, and I am going to help you negotiate for your buyers and your sellers, okay? So we'll be talking about that next week, and you have a great week. Take care. Call me if you need anything. Bye.